Peace and blessings, peace and blessings. It's your favorite icon, and we are live right here in these YouTube streets. As promised, I set the show for a little later than I normally do to try to get a sense and a feel of who may be out this time of the day. This is a delicate operation here as I'm in study of the algorithms and different things of that nature. I know it is Saturday. Oh man, we made it to another Saturday. It is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm right here in the beautiful city of Jacksonville, Florida, my second home away from home. Shout out to my hometown, Fort Pierce, Florida, St. Lucie County, Luce County as we call it, and all of the surrounding counties on all parts and sides and locations in Florida and all coasts, West Coast, Midwest, East, South. We are the United States Corporation of these Americas. At least that's the system we live up under. Yep, because we didn't have a choice. And also to our extended family internationally. Yeah, so we are here, first and foremost, giving praise and thanks to the Most High for life, health, and strength, and for being here another weekend to come in and just have some general conversation and break some bread and with the family members that will show up or those that may hear this on the replay. So we're gonna be talking about the great separation tonight. And what you're gonna notice is I'm not gonna be referencing a lot of outside books. For me, it's all about self empowerment, self improvement, self analysis, self examination, and opening up our minds to see if we can figure out, do we know what we're looking at? Do we know what we're listening to? Do we know what we're participating in? Do we know what we're being coerced to participate in? Yes, it's the Circle of the Gods, point six. I am the Icon Six, and we right here in these YouTube streets. I want y'all to hang in there for me. I'll be back right after these messages, so don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah. What's up with it? It's your favorite icon up in the building. Circle of the Gods, point six. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Kamikaze. Yes, we in the building. It's the Circle of the God, point six. Do you feel me? I'm the boss. Icon, and I said I'm already ready. FedEx that. You got me? Bacardi in the cup, what's up? With some Sprite and some lean, I'm about to make them lean on the truth, boy. It's the manifesto of the G.O.D., yeah. Icon, let's go. Murderous eyes. Yeah, that's the flow when we leave it tight and leave no doubt, cause we gotta let them know. I still pay respect to the gods on the other side, but right now, I got the G.O. Flexing on a whole nother level till my friends catch up with me. Go. If you get to the top, I salute that. Let's get it. Always family, always friends. Until it turn to something else, I throw up my hands and get loose with it. I'm just saying in my own lane, cause I don't get into all the other things. Nah. It's love over here. I'm on the Circle of the God, point six, yeah. Let's get it clear. We about to go and make this thing happen 2026 and young. Yeah, comedic time, man, on it. Every calendar, jit, we own it. We don't stop the freestyle, keep on flowing. Cause I'm the icon, boy, and they know it. They know it. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to my hometown, Fort Pierce.
Thank God for this space, man. It's your favorite icon. So y'all know how it's going down. I had to come through with the theme song. It's the rough draft of one. I'm gonna work on another one and get a little bit more intricate in that thing to represent the Circle of the Gods, point six, the way I want to represent it. We are the city network, is the mothership. It is the root. Circle of the Gods. I will say this here because I'm gonna be talking about the great separation tonight in just general conversation with us, just me and you. You know, not no scholars, not no rabbis and ministers, and we'll get back to that later. But just for a moment, just for us to have a conversation, outside of the scope of having to look to someone for an answer. Though we're gonna hear their voices in our mind because there has been a lot of influencing and marketing to a mind that didn't even know it was being marketed to, because these things start from when we're children, and so this separation, this great separation, it happened. It can happen in two periods of time. One, we know that it does happen if you come up under the sway of any governmental system that's not tied to nature, and run based off the laws that govern nature, and not have been manipulated so that it could be beneficial to a small few and the rest be disgruntled, but the rest being disgruntled because they're participating in their own destruction. So there is a separation from birth to those who seek to domesticate people. And domesticated people are no different than domesticated dogs or horses or cows that are made to become beasts of burden. So when you're pulled away from your nature, when you don't even know that you're supposed to rule, and the human species, us, we supposed to be the guardians of the planet. We're supposed to be here to help when there is an infraction caused naturally, and that through the intelligence that we've been given and the archetype of what we are to be able to, in this flesh, handle the material, that we can help the aquatic animals, we can help the plants, um, and we can help mammals and reptilians that is a part of the ecosystem. All things are here because it's supposed to be. you know and even though there has been a manipulation because of the learning of how to go against the grain of the truth, these separations occur like a splitting often, because we're often finding ourselves being cut off from those things that we so desperately seek for. And we always say it's peace. Oh, I just want my peace, man. I don't want my peace to be disturbed, man. I'm fighting for my peace of mind. We want peace. So there has been a great disturbance in the natural order of things. And we, at the center of this melodrama, the human being, the masculine and feminine principle, those of us who fill the many, many roles inside of this conglomerate called the United States Corporation of these Americas. We hold all positions in this theater, from presidents to congress people to theologians to philosophers to professors to CEOs. All of it is a part of the same mental mind structure that says create the matrix to give fantasy, take them while they're young to disrupt the connection between what they're going to innately want to do, and replace that with our voice, our way, our frequency, a frequency that keeps them many levels below us. Because our claim to fame is lies, falsehood, you know, just like the Wizard of Oz. Think of it in that way. Oz wasn't real. I'm sorry. Oz was not real in the movie, the fantasy, but it was depicting something real. So we live in that time, man. We live in a time of the great separation. You can't be hot or you can't be cold. You're gonna have to see the truth for what it is, and instinctively we know. a lot of the times, a lot of the times we know, because our coding makes us guardians, and as guardians, you have to have the capacity to handle what has been placed at here for us. You know, we had to have had that coding. So our natural position is not to harm, you know what I'm saying, but to protect that which comes to harm. So how did we get turned inside out of our nature and capacity to do what we do? Because all of the other animals, to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying, because of all these different frequencies and vibrations and vibrational concepts that plays a factor and manipulates all living things. It's been very negative. It's been very negative. So therefore, you're finding war, you're finding manipulation, you're finding cunning in every place that it can be found in this structure. I don't care if it's a schoolhouse. I don't care if it's a church house. I don't care if it's a mosque or synagogue or cluster. I don't care what it is. It could be a library, gas station, grocery store. All these places are little cells, destructive cells that snatches the attention of the people. So it's a distraction, in other words. It's a distraction. We've been so thoroughly distracted, and not for good intent, but for the sole purpose of being used as the machine, as they're replacing us with the actual machines. You know, yeah. Welcome. Go back and look at Will Smith movie, iBot, iRobot. I think that what it was called, and many others, many others. So what I'm trying to get at right now is the crux of what I've been paying attention to for some years now is the actual psychological aspect, which is the most important component to this pure mind and spirit energy, right? Not not to focus on the flesh, but an understanding that the energy moves the flesh. And I'm not making this up. I'm not saying something that's new. This information has been around for quite some time. I'm a student, and that's how I came into it. I was an intervention in my life, you know, um, with ample enough time to do some study while I was in federal prison, 28 plus years in university. So I speak from a position of one who actually had to not only undergo such a feat as being in prison and what that entails, but to come up out of it unscathed in the way that I didn't succumb to it. Instead of it breaking my will and making me something further unidentifiable, I was able to, through intervention by the Most High, find my rhythm, find my strength, and become that warrior, become that soldier, and a gentle one at that, because it's about peace. And the peacekeepers don't come to bring war. War is a response. You know, those who are about peace, they everything that they do, they're gonna try to make sure that can we reach a conclusion where there's a peaceful exit for us. That's what we want. But if we can't get there, whoever breaks that or presses the issue, you're gonna activate some things in this world that you ain't gonna be ready for, and you've been thinking you've been getting away. But I'm saying to the naysayers and to the unruly ones, the rebels, you know, for a negative cause, the jig is up, man. I mean, man, can't you see it? You don't see the great separation happening right before your eye. Go to some of us out here that's in our 50s and 40s. I want you to travel back a little bit. And if you at 60s, if you're in your 70s, you still rolling, you still got, the knowledge. But let's look back at these so-called periods of time, and let's look at the facts that have been laid before they erase them all. Because there is a mad rush to erase things that makes the principal architect, its progeny, look bad because it's got something else got to happen in the future that they want. But they not understanding your time of tyranny is over. And it might not be me. I'm not talking about somebody's finna come and just bring war to you. Cause that's gonna happen too, because you're gonna force the issue on that there. And when them angels come out, ain't gonna be nothing you could do. I've seen your jets that go up under the water and emerge from that water. I mean, high tech technology. But with every step you take, every strive you make to get better, where somebody else in this world already don't exceed it already, training them over there doing their thing. But remember this, it can only get you so far, because in this very thing that you're building to dominate, it also creates a vacuum to where it's going to be your destruction at the same time. And you know this. You know this. So the great separation has to come again. And this one was not for the making of slaves. When I say making of slaves, I'm not talking about a culture of people here. That's been a distraction too. The Confederate flag, that's been a distraction too. You know, these politics, as they call it, these politicans that's sucking the blood. These have been distractions. What distractions of what? What don't they want me to see? They don't want you to see that it's you the power. You was never supposed to ask no committee or organization about nothing that has to deal with the natural. You are a natural, or quote unquote, you even using their construct. You naturally belong here. And we would use their language so that they'll understand. It's not by tribes or nationality, though we understand those concepts because our ancestors brought that forth and it was corrupted. But hey, we're not even blaming the corruptors at this point. What we're saying is it has to realign itself. Everything has to realign itself, or everyone will suffer. But in the end, the one that was here from the beginning will be back. You see, there's no chemical warfare, biological warfare, technology that can stop the inevitable. You had a long time to be a messy, and you had time to repent and do something better, but you chose the opposite. And to the few that see the last remaining cracks of light to freedom and peace, who have been a part of that destructive mentality in the land, supremacies, place them where you need to place them. Socially constructed idealisms, non-factors, non-truths, fallacies, taken for realities, pressed upon the people who comply, knowing that they don't know, being used as chess pieces. That's what they done to us, domesticated animals. So yeah, the great separation coming up out of that mentality. 34 years ago, I used to talk, in a way where I would counsel, but I would never follow my own counseling. It's like I never practiced what I preached. Knew all the moral things to say and right things to say, but a chameleon, a slick one. That's where I was, according to the program. And I didn't know that I didn't know. And that made me dangerous. Not that I was a walking threat nowhere, just hurting people and stuff, but I was not going to make the right decisions to have the best outcomes for my life. And that don't just mean not getting in trouble with the law and I went to college, because I don't care if you went to college or not. You got some people that went to college, man, that's doing worse than people that's doing crimes in the streets. But if we start to try to point those things out in each other, then everybody's guilty of something, weak of something, strong in something. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to take a little break right here and we'll be back, man. We will be back. No doubt. Man, like, this shit crazy, right? Shout out to my hometown, Fort Pierce. What it do? St. Lucie County. Detroit, boy. Let's go. I feel this one in my soul, yeah. Baptized in the holy fire, truth. Yeah, I come. We are the city network, yeah. Circle of the God, 0.6, yeah. That's dirt on top of dirt, nigga. Crucifixes, let it burn, nigga. I see the demon and the dragon trying to drag me.
trying to take me through the maze, but I can't stop, won't stop. Yeah, Matrix affiliated. All you suckers out there, I know you hate it. Yeah. Bingo, bingo, I can spit that lingo, turn it around like a single, then give you that jingle. Nah, motherfucker, open up, yeah. Before I slaughter that ass, stick 'em up.
Let's go, man. We up in here. It's the Circle of the Gods .6. We right here in these YouTube streets tonight. We're talking about the great separation. And shout out to the mothership. We are the City Network. As you see the logo when I turn the camera off of, the brother, the king, me, icon. You know what I'm saying? That purple bull, you know what I'm saying? Connecting with other men and women across the city, across the states, through social media for the most part. And to every person that we meet in the physical, that we've been able to exchange positive energy. I am so thankful for the fact that I've been able to do that since I've been out of prison. Have not had no altercations with anybody because there's no need for any. Leave people the fuck alone, and they will leave you the fuck alone. And please don't be disheartened that I use the word fuck. Their words, and we'll do the etymology on all of that if you want to do that. You'll come see that they don't trick us with language. Yeah, because we need to get right down into the guts of how we get manipulated outright. And I mentioned a school teacher of mine last time I was here, or it could have been a show on We Are the City Network channel. And I was talking about my English teacher, seventh grade English teacher, Miss Carrington. Uh, and she used to always kind of like get on me, but not in a bad way, like in a motherly teacher way, about why I needed to pay attention in the English class. You need to pay attention and learn. I said, I don't like it, Miss Carrington. I don't like it. I don't want to learn about no adjectives and pronouns and all that stuff. That shit's goofy to me. Like at that time, it was goofy to me. And I'm still in that phase of my life where I still have potential. I'm a bookworm, so it's not like I'm intimidated by school. I just was not enthused about being there anymore. Not like the younger days of kindergarten and stuff like that. I knew I was different because listen, I stayed back in the second grade. And it's not because I was a dummy. I've been a student of life and I've been in the classroom so goddamn hectic. Let me tell y'all something. It's some adults that's living right now among you who had some childhoods, man, where they was learning some stuff too fast, too early. And let me tell you, once you enter into that world, once you're pulled into that type of ignorance, man, game over for a lot of people. It's only an act of a creator, a force of something, a force of power, being or whatever we can call it or want it to be, or however, I don't know. But whatever called this into existence, man, you be like, man, I'm thankful if you pulled me back out of the grasp of ignorance, you know what I'm saying? And that's where we at right now. It's a lot of people that we love, man. It's about to be left behind. It's about to be swallowed up. Yeah. And in every era of time, man, I'm telling you, history is bound to repeat itself if you don't learn the lessons. You can't keep doing the same things and we cycling stuff. But the cycle is running out because it was never meant to be permanent. You got to go back. I have to go back and we got to reconsider everything that has been placed before us in what is called information and education and every other thing. Because it's through the language. It's through the language. Who created the language? And I'm not talking about going back to Kemet. I'm talking about the present day powers that be. How did they take something that they did not create and utilize it in such a way where it captivated the minds of world people that they could create systems that don't seem to ever be in a position to fold or fall outside of a natural occurrence. So I'm not speaking like I'm the power, but I speak power because I know the truth is that, and you can't do nothing with the truth. Only the flesh you can remove, but not the truth. So yeah, we living in that time. We're in the era of truth, and all throughout social media is out there. All the things that you have experienced in your life is in here. We got to learn how to connect the dots. So it's been a separation coming. I got friends, people that I used to call my friends. Some of them, we don't talk anymore. You know, um, we may have moved on in different directions. I'm talking about my childhood friends, people that I probably played with in the sand, ate dirt with and stuff. Some of them, I haven't seen them since we were children because they may have moved out the neighborhood. Their mothers and parents might have moved on out the neighborhoods, but you remember these people, and in some way y'all still stay connected because y'all from the same place. But what I'm saying is this right here. At some point, no matter how close, no matter how much feelings you had or develop a bond you had with that person, there was a separation. They went on to become whoever they are, and you went on to become whoever you are. But the question is, when do we ever have the opportunity to stop and say, well, hold on. If this is who I am, how did I become this? So this work that has to be done. I'm all into the entertainment. Trust me, I'm a person that loves entertainment. I love comedy. I love again the arts. I love good music, great music. I love dance. I love paintings and artistic and intelligent speech and coming on the corner kicking the Willie Bobo with the homies type. I love to hear a good inspirational song that they call gospel inspirational, you know, and not have to fault myself whether I'm saying I'm washed in the blood of Christ or not because my frequency is different. I tune in to stuff different now. Not here to judge it because I see the construct. It was shown to me. Separation came. My intervention in that intervention, the light was turned on and I started seeing stuff for what it really is. And I stopped trying to make sense of it. But I stay in the classroom because still sometimes things will pop up that I'm like, whoa. But because of it, it gives me a different position on how I look at people and things. And then how I get to watch how we maintain and stay stuck in those thoughts where we think we really different because of nationality, a so-called color, this stuff that's made up by man, mammoth, that's been manipulated by mammoth because they learn how to twist you and use language, how to cast spells, you know. Now, by virtue of just watching, you can see that animals know how to communicate with each other. They have their own language, calls, vibrations, or whatever we want to call it. Let's stick with the principal thing. If you hear birds chirping, right? There's an energy, there's an intelligence that makes that feather and the little bird structure, his little skeletal and his everything, his blood. It's something that same force of power being that's in us that make us move this flesh is making that bird do that. So he got vocal box or whatever we may call it. I don't know. It's creating that sound by making the flesh do something that it can pitch forth a sound. That sound has energy. It is an energy, and it penetrates this wavelength that we're connected to. Yeah, yeah. So when we hear them, to us, it may be because we've been trained. Oh, listen to the pretty birds early in the morning. Nah, them birds is communicating something at that particular time of the morning. Hey, get up, because they may not be nocturnal birds, but But like us, at a certain time when everything is calm, they cool, and they get up early in the morning time because it's time to do what? Go to work. It's time to be what the creator made them to be, and they don't have a McDonald's or a Waffle House or IHOP to go to. They got to go to the earth. They got to get out there. So it's a call to the other members of its social fabric, its network. Sit back and just watch nature sometimes. That's what I do. I like to watch nature. Stay in that classroom. It's different from the one that man put us in, that little box with the chalkboard, and it's the same thing, ye- not year after year, but hundreds of years after hundreds of years, and it's the same goddamn rotation and system, and nobody's closer to being free like the little birds. That's why wise people put in the scripture, and I'll say a script, you know, what, and I'm paraphrasing. Why, the birds eat, the worms eat. Why do you fret about is you gonna get some food? And here it is, you supposed to be created in the image and likeness, or have a mental aptitude because you don't come into some truths that you call your script that's supposed to make you strong. Look at your creator's strength. You know what I'm saying? But you crying about food when the earth produces so much. Oh yeah, great separation. Think about it. 34 years ago, I was not talking like this. I was not. My nigga, fuck niggas, pussy niggas, fuck them niggas, fuck them crackers, you know what I'm saying? Them crackers, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them, fuck this, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them gualas, you know what I'm saying? On that type of shit, nigga. Where the money at? Where the hoes at? Where the bitches at? You know what I'm saying? But when I go back and look at that character, it's exactly what it is. It's a character. You didn't come out of mother's womb being that. You came out as a launching pad of for information to be inputted so that you can spring forth from it, which is another thing we should take note of. Children, innocent. We hearing all these terrible stories of these missing children now and what's been happening to them, the purity of them. Suffer ye not the little children, and you've suffered them. Yes, your hands and your mouth bloody. Blood on your hands and your mouth. And there's a penalty for that. Truth will reveal. Yeah. Nobody gets away from the truth except for those who line themselves up with it and let the truth guide them where they need to be. That's your only source of refuge in mind. Are we gonna take heed just because I'm doing the speaking now? Again, that don't exclude me from what I'm saying, and I'm very aware of that. So no, when I come here, I come for a variety of different things. I do entertaining things because we have to find a release valve. It also gives me a moment to be with my family in a calm, honest way where we can chuckle a little bit because this shit is stressful, man. Living up under these pretexts is stressful as hell, you know. And it's more stressful for me because I'm knowing things, but then I'm watching a lot of people that's so brilliant. I'm saying, damn, man, if y'all could have seen me 34 years, 35 years ago, you know what I'm saying? With all of us, that if you could see me, and then it becomes think about yourself. If you could see yourself, and you can stop for a moment. When was the last time you visited your 10-year-old self? Because you 50 now, you in your 40s now, you in your 60s now, and you still holding on to shit from when you was 10 years old. It has dominated your life. You've been guilty, you've been ashamed, you've been conflicted by some shit that happened 10 years ago. The trauma of it and the energy that was created around something that might have been a terrible thing in your life that didn't take you out because you still here if you still here. And people make it through tragic things because there has to be a separation. And those who become aware of what that is and they brought into that life, they start moving different. They might start even forgiving people that was once considered to be the ops, or opposition, or enemies in their mind. But with the truth comes an exposure. And from the exposure, I'm not talking about how other people, the exposure of the self community. And then an opportunity presented. Do you want to do something about how you was thinking and moving the way you was moving? And are you ready to do better? Are you ready to listen? And to the ones that say yes, from that point, they start making movement, adjustment. They try to become principled people through discipline. They fasting now. They eating right. They speak to their elders with respect. Because it's always been there for us to do. I don't care if it's a yes man or yes. Oh man, that's the slave master. If it was a sign of respect for them, it should be a bigger for somebody else that's older than you. We should give them that, especially if they live in that. And if they're not, don't be disrespectful, but can't follow foolishness no matter how old it is. So we living in a great separation. I got people that I would run to at one point. I don't run to them no more. There were people that used to run to me when I was in my foolishness. They ain't running to me. And if they still on foolishness when they come around me now, it's like, this nigga done changed, man. Yeah. I'm changing back into who the creator made me to be, created me to be. And this is a part of the talent. This is a part of the gift to be able to do this. Yeah. And try to use my gift to help instead of hurt. Yeah. That's what the enemy of truth didn't want us to ever be able to see. So when you come before me, and I'm not going to be oblivious to the fact that in this concept that we live in, that we call it a reality, where people really leaning on nationalities and ethnicities and color systems and power plays as value, money as a status or political position, who your God is. See, in that world right there, how you gonna find peace in that? With everybody taking their little slice of bread and thinking that their bread is the bread. It's a slice. It comes from a whole. Right. That type of I ain't messing with y'all. I'm gonna take me another break here for my little thing. I got my little system rigged up over here because I didn't have enough juice in the can. But I'll be back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's that boy. It's like I'm sitting on the beach. You know what I'm saying? The sun is setting. It's beautiful. Yeah, palm trees, the wind blowing. It's South Florida. What's up? Hey. It's that Taurus thing. The bulls in it. Yeah. Don't talk your shit, boy. Talk your shit, boy. Mama gave birth to a player, so I slay her. Every day I come through like a mayor. Who point the city out? It's big things, big stars, big cars, big houses, all that. Money on top of money, stacked up, now back up. You want your Cadillac smacked up? We'll Swiss cheese. I'm trying to keep it on peace. If you let me, I can't stop. I'm a thug to the day I die. I'm a G. Don't ask me why. I seen the thugs cry. I seen the thugs go up in this piece. It's your favorite icon, man. Just coming through with that little bit right there out of the break. Okay, we 39 minutes and some change up into this conversation. I'm gonna get ready to tie this on down. so I can move on to the next thing of what I got to do tonight and prepare myself for tomorrow. Okay. So in my closing here, let me come up out this application and go to my let me go to my YouTube account on my other, because I got to make sure this thing is doing what it's supposed to do. But in my closing, I want to say this here. We This is not just a conversation for right now. It's a conversation that's been going on for quite some time about this separation that's supposed to be coming. I know a lot of us, we still hold a position that it's going to be a great trumpet sounding, and I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not. That's not my position. What I'm saying is the great trumpet has been blowing for quite some time, the trumpet of truth. And to be honest with you, it has been being ignored time and time and time again. I have ignored it. Most of the people that I know have ignored it. It doesn't matter about the success that you found in being able to get a career or some form of education. I will give you an applause for that, because you fought for something. You fought for something that you desired, and you went forward. You was encouraged. Some good people did a lot of things to put you in that position, and you took advantage of it. So you can never hate on that. But I will say this. I will say this. Irregardless of what we could amass and what this system, this world system, has given us of value, you know, it of what they call value. It is valueless. It is valueless. Outside of our belief in it, our faith in it, because that's the only value it holds. It's our faith and our belief in it. Their system of the medium of exchange on how to get what the creator has put here for free. Think about it. Think about it. And because of the fractionalization of us, not just the fractionalization of African Americans or Afro Americans or whatever, or Caucasian or Irish Americans or Native Americans or whatever the case, you see it, and it goes on and on and on. Poor Americans, rich Americans, Democrat Americans, Republican Americans. It's competition, negative competition all the time to fight for crumbs at the master's table. So yes, it has to be a great separation now from these conversations of uh who's supposed to be the power, the man or the woman shit too. It's coming a time for that shit to be like we get on here and sound all inspiring and have the music playing and stuff like that. Then we steady feeding people the same old shit. We see the change. We know yesterday's woman and today's woman ain't the same woman, but the core of them is. You just getting a chance, and I'm just getting a chance to see the program play itself out. That negative programming play itself out, because that's what it's doing. It's playing itself out, and we are the characters in the show. Okay, we the. I'm just, I'm just being honest, and I had to do that with myself before I could come to these airways and be able to say these things to anybody else. And even still, I'm still using me as the focal point. I put the onus on me to open these conversations up. So, I'm not being biased in what I'm saying. I'm not shirking responsibility, and I'm not holding somebody else accountable for shit that I'm doing. See, it's been a separation now. The old me, the old character that had replaced me through negative programming, that's what it would have suggested. And like a zombie, I would have been froze because I didn't have the strength, because I didn't know that I didn't know. The light had to be turned on, and through my situation, some people may get shot and come to that understanding. Not that I wish that on anybody, but the creator is the giver of life, the holder and maintainer of it. Just because you get shot don't mean you're going to expire. But sometimes people get hit, man, and they get to where they can't move like they used to move. You know, don't lost control of their extremities. I think I said that right. I think if I didn't, their legs and shit, arms and stuff like that. Might be in a wheelchair, but some of them snap out of it through that. They have a chance to slow down, you know, and it's a terrible way to get slowed down. Some would think, but to the person that gets the opportunity because they was rolling, like I was rolling, man. Who knows what would have happened if prison wasn't our another, what's the word I'm looking for? Option. It was an option. I heard the brother Charleston White said, send their ass to prison. I bet they get some get right. Some do. Some of them come out just as lost and more dangerous. Because now they got a bone to pick with everybody. Mama, daddy, children, cousins, nephews, so-called friends. They finna run the gamut. But some do. They get right in them. I'm talking about, I ain't talking about guys that don't did no a year or 2 or 3. You doing that shit on your head and then you coming back out here like you done some shit. No, when they lay your ass down for 20, 30, 40 years, nigga. White boys, they get different. Hispanic boys, they get different. But when your ass going at 18, 19, you coming out that bitch at 40, damn near 50, it's some kind of adjustment didn't happen. You either done became one of the wisest, slicking thinking people you think you finna be and finna go try it again, or you actually got some get right in your ass. I got some get right in me. But still, if you push me a certain type of way, it will activate because I'm a man. I'm a masculine principle. I'm a warrior. I'd rather peace. But anyway, it was a good time for me. I hope that those that will hear this on the playback, those that will that I'm rocking and rolling with and networking to, I want to say shout out to Circle of the Gods Point 6, which is my channel right here on YouTube. You can access me right here. We are the City Network. You can access me right here. Also over on Facebook and Instagram, Ron M. Smith. You understand me? We are the City Network logos. You'll see the purple bull there. And also to my affiliates, I want to send a shout out to my homeboys and homegirls at Fort Pierce who are in these social media streets. Shout out to Mitchell Marion. Shout out to Francina Boston, Carolyn Law. Shout out to Bubble Up. Shout out to my cousin Myron Jackson. Shout out to Camilo TV. Shout out to everybody affiliated with those camps, the Jerks of St. Lucie County, all of the team that work with them through their networking system, and so many beyond. To my niece, Ralia Jackson, Rod Jackson. Um, she is the talented one. And there's so many more, so many more, so many more people, man. I want to give love to, give a shout out to Queen Black Radio and the Voices of Radio. You can find her right here, hidden gems behind the avatar, Black Roots Entertainment, music and entertainment. They have the morning show. Shout out to Jay to the Baby. She's a part of that. A beautiful sister who has a tremendous gift in vocal, and she's a beautiful, 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 talented vocal person. Um, and then we have Miss Deandra Edgehill, who just dropped her AI compilation album February 14th. And she is also one who is mastering in that craft, and she want to open up some lanes where she can come in and teach you how to do the same things. And then there is Miss Michelle, who's a travel agent, been doing it for years. So I want to give the proper respect to each and every one of them over there at DeVore. And of course, Queen Black Radio herself, who is presiding as the visionary with that and trusting the vision of all these other beautiful people, and also giving me an opportunity to be a part of it, even though I haven't been able to step into the arena since I began with them. But I'm still there. I'm still representing. I'm still supporting them 100% as best I can. I want to give a shout out also to my brother. I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. You understand me? Big Chief, Not the Little One, and the whole tribe and tribe leaders and tribe participants in administration that keep the balance within the government systems that we move off of, which is a more natural spiritual position. And so outside of that, Dale, to my whole family, my life, my bloodline, my wife, my children. Right now, you know, we stabilize, and I'm telling you, and it's gonna get better. There's so many more people that I can call on. My brother Nod and Greg Nim and that circle of brothers right there that's trying to pull the brotherhood together to do some things from our city. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a beautiful thing to do. And giving a shout out to my family on my father's side and mother's side from my city of Fort Pierce and abroad, wherever we're at. Looking forward to coming down on the 6th and the 7th down in Fort Pierce to participate for my first time in the remembrance of my great grandmother, Miss Esme Porter. So I'm gonna be down there in the city with them, me and my wife, and we're gonna be chilling a little bit with the family. Got to go make the banana pudding, man. I got to do the banana pudding. I jumped out there and said I was gonna provide the banana pudding because everybody bringing something. So that's what I'm in the banana pudding and ice. That's what I said I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Look how late that laugh was. Gone with that mess. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here, y'all. It is 6:51. Again, I had a great time. Until I see y'all again next Saturday. Most high willing. If I can't make it, you gonna know because you won't see it upcoming. But if I gotta change some timing around, sometimes I'm gonna do that. But y'all with me and know that I'm here. And I look forward to being here with y'all. And also tomorrow I'll be coming through with We Are the City Network. We're gonna be out and about kicking the bobo on the corner, man, that real ish. You know what I'm saying? With your favorite icon. That's what we do. All right. I'm up out this piece, man. Y'all have a beautiful rest of y'all night. Peace. Icon out.